And so this morning or last night, I saw Tim Pool, who I like and respect. I want to be very clear here. I like and respect Tim Pool, but he's a human being, just like me. He's capable of all the same emotions as me and everyone else. I didn't like, and again, I don't know what's fueling Tim Pool, but I was a bit surprised watching this clip of Tim Pool go after Candace and Tucker. Where I'll cut this up into two pieces. Let's play the first clip first.
I'm looking at the violence at Turning Point USA, and I'm looking at Turning Point and Candace, and it is true. Someone at Turning Point was leaking stuff to her, like for what reason? And I'm wondering what Turning Point is doing. I don't hold Turning Point, responsible for what Candace is doing, but I'm just like looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, okay, let me put it like this for all you guys. I don't care if Candace is right or wrong, or Turning Point, or and anybody else in the drama is right or wrong. That's fine. People are allowed to do whatever they want. They're allowed to talk about whatever they want. The issue is that at the end of August, where were we as a country? We were here doing our shows, talking news and politics, of course, and preparing for the end of the year special, as we often do. There was a plan, there was a path, and for me, both personally and professionally, things were looking up. And politically, we're riding a wave, baby. Trump won. Let's keep going. Don't get me wrong, there were terror attacks throughout the year, but Trump was on track. I texted Charlie Kirk, and I asked him, just following up on the plan for the end of the year, because Timcast IRL does Turning Point's Amfest the past 3 years. It's an amazing experience, and it's an honor and a privilege to be there. And Charlie texted me back, look at me, revealing our texts, saying, let me circle back to the team and get you the details. We'll get it going. Because I said, hey, let's get it set up so we can, set everything up in advance. I've got some other PR opportunities and stuff in the area. And a week after that, they killed him. And so I'll tell you what I'm saying, what I'm feeling. That moment before Charlie was murdered, there was a path that we were on that was promising.
So he frames it up there. And then he pivots to that the path got diverted by Candace and Tucker and all this division. And where I disagree is the path got diverted. That little flash of unity and a coalition and, hey, things are going the right direction. Don't blame Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens for disrupting that. Blame the assassination of Charlie Kirk. That disrupted it. The assassination of this very well-intentioned young man in his early 30s who had a unique connection with college kids and was being effective at developing young college kids for the conservative movement and for a faith walk. He was assassinated. That disrupted the feel-good moment and the momentum, not Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson. I want to play you the second part of Tim Pool. Play it.
Now, 2 months later, the narrative has turned into conspiracy drama about Charlie Kirk. If Turning Point was involved in it, references to Jewish donors pulling out and how Erica knew everything. And that's the narrative the number one podcast has given us. Candace can talk about whatever she wants. Same thing with Tucker Carlson. I will defend. No one has an obligation to hold my views or do what I want them to do. I'm not saying Candace should or should not do anything. My point is the audience effect of what I'm seeing. It felt like we were focused. Trump needed to win. The agenda needed to continue. Now, what do we have? Well, half the people are tweeting about the Jews. The other half are tweeting about how Turning Point killed Charlie. The #1 podcast is just basically covering the true crime aspect of an assassination of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And I'm just like, focus is gone. Was Charlie really holding all of this together? Maybe. Seriously. And focus is gone. And it seems like H-1Bs with Trump, Chinese visas. And I'm just sitting here being like, wow, someone took a sledgehammer to the right coalition and splattered it. And like goop sprang in every direction. We are all now completely dejected and ripped apart. Forgive me for being a little bit blackpilled on the issue. But then I take a look at that and Gen Z basically saying we don't care. And I'm like, okay, well, we're losing the younger generation. They're not pro-Trump. You've got the biggest right-leaning podcast is basically just true crime now. And again, I'm not saying that Candace doesn't have the right to do that. They're mad at Tucker for interviewing Nick Fuentes, and he has every right to hold the opinions he wants to hold. I'm just saying right now, we are fractured. And the left is not. They're still up to their schemes, still doing their thing. It's demoralizing. It's completely demoralizing.
I get why he's demoralized, but I would not be pointing the finger at Candace and Tucker. And that's not, obviously, I'm friends with Tucker Carlson, have a great deal of respect for him. I'm not friends with Candace Owens. Obviously, I like her, like what she's doing, but we're not friends. We've never engaged personally. And so this isn't me caping up and, let's keep it up. Candace Owens is very attractive and very married. But she's also, I just want to put all the cards on the table. Anybody that knows my dating history, it ain't Candace Owens. It's Kylie McEnany or something like, that. It ain't Candace Owens. So this isn't me, he's got a crush on Candace Owens. Although, if she were single, I probably could. But I don't. And so this is just me keeping it real. And I hear, Whitlock said it's personal. No, none of this is personal. None of it's personal. I understand the journalism process. And the reason why I'm titling this show A Few Good Men is because I'm disappointed when Tim Pool and other men I see doing all this whining about division and Candace and Tucker and they've ruined everything. No, whoever assassinated Charlie Kirk ruined everything. Whether it's Tyler Robinson, and it would be virtually impossible for me to believe he did it by himself. So Tyler Robinson and whoever participated in Tucker Carlson's murder, be mad at them. Do videos talking about what Tyler Robinson ruined. Candace Owens asking questions. Tucker Carlson interviewing Nick Fuentes and defending Candace Owens. Megyn Kelly defending Candace Owens. They're not the problem. The people that assassinated Charlie Kirk or participated in the assassination of Charlie Kirk, that's the problem. Point 2 I want to make here. People are romanticizing Charlie Kirk. He's like, maybe Charlie Kirk was holding this all together. Tim, you've misread the room and the situation. And I'm telling you, fan of Charlie Kirk, have defended Charlie Kirk. I was on my own show this week on Harmony. I'm much closer to Delano Squires than I was Charlie Kirk. And I told Delano Squires on my show here on Harmony, and Delano's been a contributor to my show. I consider Delano a friend. We've worked together for 3 or 4 years. And I told Delano, hey, man, you wrote some criticism of Charlie Kirk that painted him in a way that I thought was unfair. I like Charlie Kirk, so I don't want anybody to hear that what I'm about to say is dislike of Charlie Kirk or I'm trying to diminish Charlie Kirk, but I'm trying to put him in perspective and trying to snap you men out of your delusion that Charlie Kirk was the glue that put this all together, and we just can't have life again, without Charlie Kirk, it's not true. Donald Trump was the key and total key to whatever momentum the conservative movement had. Donald Trump is the one that ran around saying fake news, fake news, fake news, and opening people's minds and giving people the credibility to question the media outlets. Donald Trump is the one that survived an assassination attempt and galvanized the MAGA movement. Donald Trump is the guy that fell to the ground, got back up, and stood up and pumped his fist and said, fight, fight, fight. That's what won the election. Donald Trump is the man that stood up to lawfare all these unconstitutional, ridiculous criminal charges and convictions, and them trying to put this man in prison. That's what galvanized the MAGA movement and got him out to the polls. It was Donald Trump. And this isn't me putting Donald Trump on a pedestal. It's trying to wake you all up. So like, hey, I get Charlie Kirk, but you guys are treating him dang near like he's Jesus Christ. And people are quoting Charlie Kirk like they're quoting the Bible. Like, well, Charlie Kirk said this. That ends the discussion. No, Jesus Christ said this. That ends the discussion.
Like what you saw? Hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the full episode by clicking the link below.